All right. Overwhelm is a choice. Listen, I got a message for some of you guys tonight. This is going to be one of the messages that you're either going to love me for telling you at the end or you're going to hate me for telling you at the end. Either way, I'm telling you, like it or not. So let's get real. I'm getting real straight out the gate. We've all been here. Let me know if this sounds familiar. You wake up and your to-do list is literally laughing at you. It's like as long as your whole body's up, right? Your inbox is screaming at you. And somehow we're still supposed to adult in this situation. We're supposed to get up, deal with the kids, make breakfast, hit your goals, and not lose your mind in the process. Drop a one in the chat if that sounds familiar. You're just doing everything and just doing your best to stay sane. And I'm seeing them ones coming through already. And you start saying two very dangerous words. You start saying, I'm overwhelmed. But here's what no one tells you. Overwhelm is sneaky. It feels like it's happening to you, but more often than not, you are feeding into it. You are feeding into that feeling of overwhelm. You're giving it power. And this is the punchline. It's hard. I get it. Life is hard. It's all hard. Staying stuck is also hard. Chasing your dreams is hard. Doing nothing and watching the years pass by, that's hard too. So if life is going to be hard no matter what, why not choose the hard that gets you the body you want, that gets you the business you dream about, that gets you the peace that you crave? Why not do that instead? So today we are going to strip overwhelm of its power. Okay, so after this session, you're going to walk away with tools to help you control your focus, to protect your energy, and to help you take the next step forward, no matter how loud life gets. So, for those of you who are new on the call or maybe haven't been here for a minute, I love lots of interaction. The more interaction I get, the better session you get. Okay, so here's the first set of interaction. Drop a one in the chat if you're ready to stop drowning and feeling like it's too much. And Suzanne was straight in there. Drop a one in the chat. I'm seeing those ones coming through. And drop a two in the chat if you are ready to start getting what you really want out of life. And I'm seeing those twos. Bali, Melanie, Rayhan, Lauti, Mandy, Cheryl. I saw those twos coming through fast and furious. Absolutely amazing. So before I go any further, let me formally introduce myself. My name is Michelle Jenny, and I am here to motivate you. So right this minute, confidence on, doubt off, let's go. I am a wife and a mother to two beautiful teenage girls and a very cheeky little chocolate-colored Shih Tzu dog. I'm an identity mentor and a performance coach for women over 35 and a serial entrepreneur as well as an award-winning motivational speaker. So tonight you can choose to pay attention for the next 30 minutes or so. That is, of course, your choice. I, of course, recommend that you do pay attention. And if you can, minimize distractions and listen with an open mind. And if you are anything like me, you're going to want to grab a pen and some paper because you are going to want to make some notes. With that being said, let me kick off with the first thing. Now, let's understand what this overwhelm means. Because overwhelm isn't about how much you have to do, okay? It's about how you see what you have to do. Now, think about it. We've all had days where we have done so much. We have felt on fire. We've accomplished what we wanted to do and so much more because we were focused and we were in control while we were doing it. And then we've had days where one email, one phone call just throws us off completely and we get nothing done. The perception is what the difference is there. Is the perception versus the capacity. So overwhelm happens when your brain wants to do everything at once. Every task, every worry, everything needs to be done now. Okay, that is when overwhelm comes in. But here's the thing, and this is gonna hit some of y'all hard. This is the part what I'm talking about when I say some of you guys gonna be angry with me at the end of this call. Some of y'all on this call don't have a time problem when it comes to everything that you have to do. What you actually have is a clarity problem. There's nothing wrong with the amount of time. We all have the same 24 hours. You know, the problem is you don't know what really matters. So you do everything, and in the process of doing everything, you get nothing done. How many of you guys on this call tonight? You've had this where you've been busy all day, but at the end of the day, you don't know what you've done. Drop a 2 in the chat if you resonate with that, or one. Drop a number. If you have been busy all day, and then when somebody says to you, "So what did you do today?" You're like, "I don't know." What did I do? Exactly. And I'm seeing them twos, loads of twos coming through there. So some of y'all really need to hear this. And some of y'all been butthurt by this. Overwhelm can be an excuse. I said what I said. I said what I said. Overwhelmed. Saying to people that you were overwhelmed, you're using it as an excuse because it feels legitimate. It sounds valid. It sounds good. But you're letting it keep you exactly where you are. It's keeping you safe. It's keeping you stuck. And it's keeping you secretly frustrated. So before we start to dive into the tips of how to deal with this overwhelm, I want you to remember this. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are not lazy. You just want to win the game without having the instructions to the game, right? You want to win the game without having a playbook. So tonight we're going to create the playbook of how to play at this overwhelm game. So drop a 1 in the chat if you're ready to create the solution that you need to get over the overwhelm. Axel, Lisa, Rayhan, Vandana, Melanie, Lisa, James, I see those ones coming through. Amazing. Amazing, amazing. So let's talk about getting ruthless. I need you guys to get ruthless with your priorities, right? Because here's the thing about overwhelm. It's not always about having too much to do. It's about doing too much that doesn't matter. Because we have been trained to treat every task like it's urgent. Ain't true. Not everything is urgent. Some of the tasks that we have to do, those are distractions that only seem important, right? So what I do is I use the MIT rule, which is the most important task rule. So every evening, I choose just three things for the next day that are actually going to put me closer to my goals. Just three, right? And if I get those 3 things done, I've won the day. And if I get more than those 3 things done, I've smashed the day. Because when you only pick 3 things, it forces you to get ruthless about what really matters. You're going to pick the really most important tasks, right? And it makes you say no to the noise. And it makes sure that your best energy is spent on the things that create progress and get you closer to your goals. So let me shock you by saying this. You do not need a longer to-do list. You actually need a shorter to-do list that only has things on that actually matter. So tonight, this is your first set of homework. Write this down. I want you to do this. Before you go to bed tonight, write down 3 tasks for tomorrow. And then when you wake up, those are the things that you're going to do first. And these are tasks that get you closer to your goals. These are tasks that are helping you to win, to get to where you want to be. Because the truth is, you can't do everything, but you can do the right things and that will change everything. So drop a 2 in the chat for me if you're ready to set some tasks for tomorrow. If when you come off of this call tonight, you're going to think about what are the 3 things that I need to do tomorrow. Miyati, Vandana, Roslyn, Jane, Cheryl, James, Naomi, Lisa. Excellent. I'm seeing those 2s coming through. The next thing I want you to do is break it down. And when I say break it down, I mean break it down to what's next. One of the fastest ways to feed overwhelm is to stare at the whole mountain, right? Instead of just focusing on the next step. You see, when your brain sees the entire project, when your brain sees the whole transformation, the long, scary, winding road ahead, it freezes, right? And that is why we need to break it down into smaller tasks. We need to shrink it right down. So I want you to ask yourself one simple question. What's next? Not what's everything I need to do, not what is the perfect solution. I just want you to focus on what is next. What is the next step? And this is where the 5-minute rule comes in. Commit to doing something and then do it for just 5 minutes. That's it. Because doing something for 5 minutes helps you to gain momentum. And once you've done it for 5 minutes, you can then do it for another 5 and another 5 and another 5. And before you know it, you're through the task. So what is it you have to do? Do you have to write the first sentence of that blog? Do you need to start to create that landing page? Do you need to start to design something in Canva? Just do the first sentence. Just open Canva. Just put on your workout clothes, because the first step is what helps you to gain momentum. Okay? And momentum is what kills overwhelm, ladies and gentlemen. So I have a mantra for you to practice. Again, write this down. I have a lot of things for you to write down tonight. Write this down. I don't have to do it all. Okay? I don't have to do it all. I just have to do the next thing. I'm going to say it again. I don't have to do it all. I just have to do the next thing. Because progress doesn't come from massive leaps. It comes from consistent steps. Okay, so drop a 3 in the chat if you are ready to commit to just the next thing. What is the next thing you have to do? Maybe you need to create a business email. Maybe you need to buy that domain. Maybe you need to create some stuff on Canva. Just do the next thing. Do the next thing. Polly, JJ, Vandana, Melanie, James, Bali, Lauti, Rehan. I don't have to do it all. I just have to do the next thing. Lisa, AXA, I am seeing those 3s coming in. Tracy, Vanessa, 3s are still flowing coming in. The next thing we're going to talk about, protect your energy. Protect your energy like it is gold. Overwhelm, you see, is not just about time. It's about energy. You can have 8 work hours in your day, right? But your energy might be gone in just 2 hours and then you're done. And the thing is, most people are bleeding energy without even realizing it. And they're bleeding energy because they're saying yes to people they don't want to see, right? They're scrolling for an hour before bed. I might be talking to myself here. They're scrolling for an hour before bed and then they're waking up groggy and wondering why. Okay? They spend mental energy worrying about things that they cannot control. Suzanne resonates with this. She's me in the chat. If you want to overcome overwhelm, you've got to get fierce about protecting your energy. And that means cutting those energy leaks, those habits, those people, those commitments that drain you. You need to double down on what fuels you instead. Get rid of the leaky people. Get rid of those people that drain, those energy vampires. Get rid of them and double down on the things that are feeding you. Okay, so I want you to do the 2-list test. So I want you to get a piece of paper, and on one side of the paper, I want you to write down the things that you do that drain you, right? And on the other side, I want you to write down the things that fuel you. So piece of paper, line down the middle, drains me, fuels me. I want you to be honest. And then I want you to commit. Less of what drains you and do more and surround yourself with more of what's in column 2 of what fuels you. And I don't know who needs to hear this right now, but one of y'all, maybe more than one of y'all needs to hear this. If you are too busy to protect your peace, you are too busy to succeed. And I said what I said. If you are too busy to protect your peace, you are too busy to succeed. Because here is the thing, ladies and gentlemen, you do not need more hours in your day. That's not what you need. You need more you in your hours, and you need to be doing more things that you need to do for you. Darnice, I see you in the chat. Welcome, my lovely. Haven't seen you for a minute. So drop a 4 in the chat if you're ready to do the 2-test list. And not just do the 2-test list, commit to the 2-test list. And I'm seeing those those fours coming in. Rosalind, Burgett, Nahama, Suzanne, James, Louty, Jane, Melanie, Rayan. Wow, wow. AMT, I'm seeing those fours coming through. Cheryl, Naomi, wow, and they're still coming. They're still coming. Man, you guys are on fire on this call tonight. I am loving this. Now, this is the doozy here. This is the doozy. It is all hard. That's the thing about it, right? It is all hard. So you need to choose your hard. And this last point here is where I'm going to get real. Because life is not easy. It has never been easy and it never will be easy. We are all choosing our hard every single day. Whether you want to admit it or not, you are choosing because get this, staying unhealthy is hard, but getting fit is hard. Living paycheck to paycheck. I don't know who in this call has done that before. Living paycheck to paycheck is hard. Okay? Building wealth is hard. Staying in a toxic mindset is hard. But changing that mindset, it is hard as well. So you are never going to escape the hard. That is the lesson here. You're never going to escape the hard. You just need to decide which hard is worth your energy. Because one hard will keep you stuck where you are, and the other hard gets you to where you want to be. And this is the part that nobody wants to hear. And I've been saying a lot of truths tonight that are going to be upsetting somebody's soul. And I don't know who it is, but nobody wants to hear this. Sometimes we choose the comfortable hard because it's familiar. But familiar doesn't bring fulfilling. Who needed to hear that? Familiar does not bring fulfilling. Okay? So next time you're tempted to say, this is too hard. I can't do it. I'm so overwhelmed. The next time you're tempted to say that, ask yourself, is this the hard that's breaking me, or is this the hard that is building me? Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So drop what number are we on? 5. Drop a 5-minute chat. If you know you need to stop choosing the comfortable hard, you need to start sticking with the hard, because the hard is what is helping you to build the life that you want, to reach the goal, to have the success that you want. And I'm seeing those 5s, Mandy, Cheryl, James, Lisa, hard, do the hard, Tracy, I'm seeing those 5s coming through. Vanessa says, for real. So I want to say this to you. Overwhelm doesn't have to own you. You are not a passenger in your own life. You are the driver. And every single day, you get to choose what route you want to take. And let's be fair, some days are going to be messy, but some days are going to be smooth. But in both your messy days and your smooth days, you are still in control of your focus, your energy, and your choices. So remember this, overwhelm will pass, but regret, regret, ladies and gentlemen, that stays with you forever. And if it's all going to be hard, why not choose the hard that gets you the life that you actually want to live? That's going to be hard. So let's just do the hard thing and get the money. Let's just do the hard thing and get the success. Let's just do the hard thing and put the kids in private school. Just do the hard thing. Just do the hard thing. So from today forward, from today, what's today's date? 10th of August 2024. From today forward, I want no more waiting for the perfect time. None of you guys on this call, no more waiting for the perfect time. No more hiding behind the excuse of being overwhelmed. You know the tools. You have the tools. You know what the truth is. Now, I want you guys on this call tonight to choose your hard, which better be the hard for the success, and move forward. So drop a 6 in the chat if you're ready to choose the hard that is going to bring you the success that you want. Drop a 6 in the chat if you are ready to stop using overwhelm as an excuse. And I'm seeing those sixes coming through. Louisa, Bali, James, Bandana, AMT, I'm sorry, I don't know your name. Mandy, Vanessa, I'm seeing them 6s coming through. So as usual, I'm going to end with a quote. And the quote today is, overwhelm is the mind's way of making small steps look like giant mountains. So overwhelm isn't always about the size of the task, ladies and gentlemen. It's about the way we perceive it. When your brain stacks every task, deadline, and responsibility into one like huge mental pile, even a simple action can feel like it's impossible to get done. So the problem isn't the task. The problem is the way you look at it. And this quote right here reminds us that we can shrink the mountain by bringing down the task into manageable steps, shifting our focus from everything to what's next. So once we change the scale in our minds, once we change the way that we look at it, we're going to change the scale of the challenge in our life. Okay, so overwhelm is the mind's way of making small steps look like giant mountains. Chunk it down, break it down, put it into manageable steps. The best way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time, right? The best way to tackle it, one bite. Just take that one step, that one bite, and move forward. So before we sign off, for those of you that are new on the call, I do have an exclusive school group, which is free to join. And in that school group, you can find all of my replays. There are hours and hours and hours of replays in there to help you with any aspect of your life, confidence, self-esteem, money, community, whatever. There's something in there for you. So the link to that school group is going to be dropped in the chat in a minute. There it is. So if you're not a member of the school group, click the link, answer the few questions that are there, and join in. Myself or one of the team members will okay you tonight, okay? And I'm going to end off with our weekly affirmation. So for those of you who are new, what I like for you to do is screenshot this affirmation and say it to yourself every single day in the mirror. If you can't screenshot it, don't worry. I'm going to drop it in the school group. So make sure you are a member of the school group so you can pick it up there. So here it is. I choose my heart. I control my focus. I am bigger than my overwhelm. I'm going to say it again. I choose my heart. I control my focus. I am bigger than my overwhelm. I am bigger than my overwhelm. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you so much for being on the call. Thank you so much for being on the call. I've really enjoyed talking to you tonight about overwhelm. This is something that as entrepreneurs, we all face at some point in time or the other. So as usual, let me know your biggest takeaway in the school group. And if you're new to the school group, also make sure you introduce yourself so we can get to know you a little bit better. Make sure you are following me on Instagram, on school, and let's connect on LinkedIn as well. And if you are on the recording on YouTube, remember to like, comment, subscribe, follow, whatever, for more videos. Join us live next week, okay? Everyone is invited to join this call. Men and women are welcome. And we are on 7 p.m. UK time, 2 p.m. Caribbean time, 9 p.m. Qatar time. So make sure you click the link. And anyone who needs to start the week off right is invited to join the call. You're welcome, Nick. You're welcome. You're welcome, Darnice. Thank you guys for being on. Thank you so much. So again, thank you so much for being on this call. Listen, this session spoke to me because, yeah, as I said, as entrepreneurs, we all get overwhelmed at some point, right? We all feel it. Even the mentors at times, we feel it too. Everybody feels it. So this session was really close to my heart. Anyway, it was great to see you on. Love you guys loads, and I shall see you in the chats. Let me know what your biggest takeaway was. And if there's any topic you want me to discuss, let me know. Just send me a message. Let me know. Love you guys loads, and I will see you in the chats. Take care. Bye.